Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to present to you and formally introduce Bob, Cos, and Arthur, the Play No Games podcast.
It's your favorite podcast where we talk about real life and exchange a few laughs. We sticking to our path. When you find understanding, just know that will never last. We ain't here to play no games. The world is getting crazy, and now we know we gotta be
my
the
intro
change.
music. Man. All right, we cut it right there. Now, on another episode of the Play No Games podcast, I just want to start off saying God is good all the time and all the time.
God is good.
God is good.
Man, some historic stuff happened this past week. I just want to give a special shout out first to all the non-believers, all the people that put money on that Third Eye Hotep and that hookah smoking pig. All the people that told me that they had the best backcourt and that my team wasn't going to be prepared for that jump in quote-unquote competition, this one's for you. So, hey, y'all want to pull up real quick? I think we deserve some champagne.
You know, I'm not gonna.
I waited a long motherfucking time for his damn ring.
I'm not gonna turn down.
We popping champagne like we won a championship game, huh?
Hey,
All right.
I won about $600 off this damn.
Woo!
600?
Yeah, it's gonna pay for my hotel. Well, at half of my resort in Cabo.
Okay.
Oh, dang, Cabo check. Whoa!
That's how you pop it.
That's how we pop shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's how you pop it.
Well, while Tay's doing that, I'm Cartier Bob.
Devon Pouncey back again.
And Tay Ford here always.
And we're back with another wonderful installment, you know. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. Help me pay my friends. That's the motto this year. Cashapp right here. But, you know, we're going to start with our very first game, as you all know. And we're going to leave it to, he's not even a guest. He's
family at this point.
exactly, you know. What are you playing no games about?
I'm playing no games about this summer, man. I'm ready to get this summer rocking. You know, obviously we live here in Oregon. Woo! We deal with a lot of wet weather, a lot of cold weather, rainy weather, all the things. But I feel like this summer is bound to be a good one, man. I got a lot in the works. We'll get to some of that, but I'm ready to take advantage of it full force.
Man, you heard it live from Pounce from
That's
the
right.
Ounce, man.
That's
He
right,
ain't playing.
baby.
He
Coming
ain't
for it all.
playing.
Coming
He ain't
for it all.
playing.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you too, bro. I feel like this summer, about a month ago, I was like, you know, summer just has that type of feel to it. I think there's gonna be one for the ages. Like,
I agree.
Everybody kind of reflects on like summer 16. I feel like there's gonna be one and ones.
I agree with you as well, where, you know, I got a lot of things coming out for me this summer. I'm going to be showing a few things. I'm going to be outside, you know, some things or a thing. But I will say this. I feel that energy as well. And it's just, I feel like all that energy you've like, just people have just been like bottling up. I feel like Portland is taking a real first step to getting back to Portland pre-pandemic.
I think even better, personally.
Oh,
I can see that.
I think even better. I just think it's a new
energy.
way. It's a new energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Portland has been very progressive on a lot of different fronts and had to kind of deal with that reckoning part, especially at the beginning of the pandemic when, like, I think the city had to really try to find its identity because it was a two sides thing. You had white Portland, you had black Portland, but then you had something, although it was tragic, that brought people from all kind of different backgrounds together. And at the time it made a mess, but like, I think some changes have been made and some steps have been taken in the right direction in terms of opportunities for everybody, stuff for everybody to be able to do, people being more open to just anything diverse. And so for me, I feel like it's getting an energy that's even better than pre-pandemic, but you got to crack that egg to make an omelet.
oh,
And
you know,
to build on what you're saying too, bro, I think also with so many people, as far as the transplants moving here, we're starting to see more of like a gumbo pot of different cultures and vibes. Like even down to small stuff like fashion. I'm starting to see like more like New York influence, like baggy stuff.
Big city vibes, not town vibes.
Facts.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's still always gonna be the town. I know you from the Bay, but
You know, I
that.
remember, but
Please,
y'all got it.
please.
Y'all got it, and we got it.
Because Portland was looking a little Gotham.
It was, like I said, you got to crack that egg to make an omelet, and that's where the mess happens. But I feel like it's all starting to come together in a more like subtle way, where people are doing things and moving differently, subtly, because they don't want to be too loud about it. Because the last time shit got as loud as it got, it did get a little messy, but sometimes that's necessary to bring it all together. And I feel like the energy's getting there. I like Portland. I've been living here since, I moved out here for college in 2014. So August will make 10 years since I've been like in this market.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I'm here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not a native, but I'm here. I'm a citizen for sure. I'm a RIP citizen.
RIP citizen. I'm actually, I can't lie. That's
bro, you need trademark that.
Yeah. Wait a second. We got the very first thing on
for
tape.
Sure,
RIP
for sure.
citizen. That's kind of hard as fuck.
As long as it's on wax, we'll talk business after. As long as it's on wax, but yeah, I'm a RIP citizen now. Like I don't, it used to be like I'm from the Bay, so I wanted to like lean all the way in that. But at the end of the day, that's forever gonna be in me. But I'm here. I've been here, and it's like I'm not gonna be salty about it. Like I'm gonna enjoy what it has to offer, and I like it so far.
Well, I'm gonna keep my play no game simple. Now, I play no games about Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum got robbed for Finals MVP. And let me tell you why. Now, when I looked in that pool of people, you know who I didn't see? His wife.
Well, he's not married.
Girlfriend, wife, LMA.
Yes.
Jason Tatum, you the real MVP. He showed it up. Shout out to JT. That's the real champion of last night. He's going to be a dad. Again, and he ain't tripping on that.
He's staying locked in, clearly.
He locked in. No wonder he ain't getting all the
sometimes
stats.
that give you that extra motivation to lock in.
I'm going to give him less stress because he got put in that work off the court. I get it, JT.
You know, when it was crazy, when they first started dating, she was like all but begging him to take her out.
Really?
Yeah, like she was like heavily shooting her shot on some like Glorilla with Dame type shit.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
So
Tatum, he's a marketable cat. I mean, just say
that.
You know what I mean?
He
like
signed for $315 this summer. Like
you know what I mean?
Having a good year.
Light bright, you know what I mean? Tall, curly hair, nice, like and could ball, like really ball though. Like he in every other commercial, like. He on the market out there in terms of, his face being out there and whoever receiving it how they wish, they receiving it how they wish.
He got good money management skills. He ain't touched a dollar of his NBA money yet.
Oh, I thought it was Jaylen Brown said that. It was JT?
That's JT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all I gotta say is JT living the life. He
going crazy.
He got the situation where you go to the barbecue, like, yo, come here, young boy.
Hey, nephew, I see you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
You know what's crazy? One of my mans in one Twitter group chat, man, he tried to say LMA was mid.
That's hate. That's
Bro,
right.
that's like either extreme Tatum hate or our algorithms have just completely warped people's minds of what a woman looks like in real life.
That's like the first time I heard someone say, and I butcher people's names. I apologize.
I caught what you said there too.
Janae, Janae.
Yeah,
I heard someone say that she was mid. I had to leave that conversation.
Yeah.
She's not mid. She's top tier.
Everybody got one type now, man. That's the way I see it.
Really?
facts. Yeah,
For real. Whatever is the internet type is, that's the type. You know what I'm saying? Not in real life, but in terms of
3B hair texture, light skin,
like
with BBL.
It's just but that wave might come to an end soon, and it's gonna be another wave. But the internet dictates at least what a lot of people say they like. That don't mean that's what they walking around next to in real life.
Say that they have access to.
That too. But
hey, what is
trends, man? Trends.
I ain't got no type. That's my motto. That's always been my motto.
What do I play no games about? I play no games about my team.
Yeah.
No, it's
Let
a
it fly.
18th banner that we just are about to hang in September or
October.
October. You
October.
know, it's been a long week, couple
I
days.
bet.
A lot of champagne, a lot of stuff going on. But play no games about my team. I'm just glad we got it done. Got that monkey off our back. Been at it for a few years now. And people saying, we couldn't get it done. So I'm just happy this has all come to an end. But we're looking to build on this, and hopefully we could go back to back. So that's all I got on that.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Well, Tay, I will say this because this is much better. Thanks for texting me that. This is much better.
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of hating because KD can't hold up another one, but it's always good to see another brother. And I just like that the NBA has we have new champions.
Well, you was hating seeing a ring that was earned and not bought.
It was Mickey'd, but
It was Mickey'd?
yeah,
How was it Mickey'd?
all the injuries, Giannis.
The rim was
Nah,
still
don't do that.
The rim was still 10 feet
Don't
high,
do
right?
that. Don't do
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I'm not gonna let you do
How
that.
can listen?
If they would have played the Bucks with
We've eliminated
Giannis,
him 3 times.
I think it would have been different.
We've ended his
It would've
season
been
3
different.
times.
Every champion has a little bit of luck.
I agree.
And also, say what you will about this Boston team, they was the best team this year from
We
start
cleared-
to finish.
We
They
cleared
the
we
league.
cleared the conference by 14 games, bro.
They
I'm
cleared
gonna
the
say-
league.
I'm gonna
Best
say
record in the league. Great playoff records with 16-3 in the playoffs. Like, they cleared the league this
And
year
them games
from
were not
start
clo-
to
like-
finish.
all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna save it for when we break down more than NBA.
All right.
Because I have something. Because I have 2 knowledgeable NBA
Well,
heads,
fuck
and
it,
we gonna talk.
We here. We can
we-
kick it
we
off.
could go-
We can kick the
Are you
episode.
sure?
Yeah.
I'm
let's
here.
go.
We're here. Let's do it.
So, I'm ready for a topic for today. Because actually, we'll get to your update in a moment. Okay. Very first topic for today is the Boston Celtics have won the NBA championship.
Woo woo.
And even though I didn't think I was going to be introducing this, because I clearly am not wearing a white man on my shirt.
Hold on. You want to start disrespecting Lucky? You see what that did to Kyrie?
Actually, I think we should start there. Out of talking about the NBA championships, I want to say shout out to Kyrie Irving. Very classful, tasteful. I'm going to shake people up. And I feel like that doesn't get enough respect. So shout out to Boston. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to JB. Shout out to Jason Tatum. And I'll just start us there. Kyrie being very classful. It's made up a word. How do you feel about that, Boston fan?
I could personally care less. He stepped on that logo, so there you go.
Hey, watch this.
He
You
made-
ever been to Boston?
No, I haven't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. You raising the flag like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Unfortunately.
How did you become a Boston fan?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't come from affluence, so we couldn't.
What you trying to say?
We couldn't afford flights to Boston. Red eye PJ flights.
Nah.
and shit,
What you
back and forth, back and forth
From the
to Boston.
neighborhood, huh?
Exactly.
Or is he? Are you sure? No.
I was outside.
brand
as a
just
young
reached
kid.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
The brand reached you. It's
It's
got to
okay.
reach.
Hey. We was slightly lower class. Slightly. Hey, we made it just enough. Hey, Mama T, thank you.
This nigga don't know nothing about a wish sandwich.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about?
Listen, bro, it's okay.
A wish sandwich. I have my things. Hey, you know what? I'm not. That's not the time or the place for that right now. But we gotta go back to how we gotta get you. We gotta get you to Boston.
You asked how did I
How did you become a Boston?
We gotta get you
fan?
to Boston.
Honestly, bro, I was about 6 years old. I saw Paul Pierce playing and just kind of gravitated towards the team. I'm a short guy, so I always had an affinity for guys who were wings that could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Pierce's game always was a big thing for me in terms of appeal. T-Mac, Penny Hardaway, like guys like that. And then at 6 years old, I think it was just like a combination of that, me liking how he played, and then also like the color green just kind of popped to me. So like that rest of that season, I always tell my mom, like, hey, mommy, keep on the green team. Like, even if they wasn't on TV, that's,
Yeah.
And then she got me a P jersey, and the rest was history after that.
That's hard.
Pounce. What were your thoughts of the finals? Did it go exactly how you thought it was gonna go?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna go like that. It was the best team. I thought coming into it that and this is as somebody obviously that's around the NBA a lot. I went to probably at least 30 NBA games this past season. So it was a lot of players, a lot of teams, just about everybody that I got to see live. And for me, like just off the pure eye test, no numbers, no analytics, no none of that. Like the best player that I saw with my own two eyes this year was Luka Doncic, just flat out. So for him to kind of go on this run and get to the finals the way that he did, it made me feel good that my eyes still work because I felt like I hadn't seen nobody in the league control a basketball game, an NBA game, the way that I got to see front and center and watch him do it. On the other end of it, though, the best team that I saw was the Boston Celtics. And at the end of the day, it's still a team sport. And while I knew, like, you know, you got Luka and Kyrie, they was on a crazy run playing their best basketball at the right time. It was just too much over there in Boston from a team standpoint. For Kyrie, I kind of predicted that he was going to have a tough series because although he's a wizard with that rock, and a lot of people like to call him the most gifted player with the ball in his hands. I've seen Dame say it. Obviously, LeBron came out and said he missed him as well. But, like, if there's anybody that fits that description on the defensive side of the ball, it's Drew Holiday. And so, like, in my opinion, Drew Holiday had him in a real pickle out there. Everywhere Kyrie turned, Drew was running him down, but that's what he do. And so it's like that's your fourth option. You know what I mean? If you got a healthy Porzingis,
not to cut your knowledge, bro. It wasn't even just Drew, but like between him, Derek White,
you threw bodies.
Sam Hauser, and even Peyton Pritchard, who isn't necessarily looked at as a lead defender, but he was holding his own.
Drew sets that tone.
But
though.
but he does.
He sets that tone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we just had a wave of different guards and bodies thrown at you.
For sure. Yeah, better team. Yep. You know what I mean? Better team, deeper team. And then, of course, you talk about Luka, and, you know, I know he give more like point forward vibes, but with his size, you still would call him more of a wing from like a traditional sense. But now you got double the trouble across from you. You got to deal with Tatum, and you got to deal with Brown. And Drew still, and Brown Drew. Like, it was just too much over there. And so for me, I felt like the season played out the way that it was supposed to. And again, Boston was the best from start to finish. And it showed in the end and in the beginning.
I think I was saying that Boston had true like 7 starters. Like there wasn't like a 6-man. Like Derek White can start somewhere else. Like easily.
He does start.
He does start for Boston.
You know,
I hear you.
I'm meaning where I'm like
he gives you more 6-man
exactly.
vibes.
Drew Holiday, where hey, my team was out, so like I was.
Who's that?
Hey, KD, man, could we at least get a game? You know,
that's tough work.
All I'm
that's
saying is like
work.
they had to me like true like I know we talk like 6-man, all this other. I feel like they truly had 7 good starters that were rotating in and out. If I'm being honest with you,
well constructed roster, bro.
So
and put it together.
Shout out to God, Brad Stevens.
Yeah, he did that.
Man, what happened? You know, he had to get into the the rafters to win one. You know, couldn't do it as a coach.
I mean, that happens in coaching sometimes. You have to just be real with yourself and know that once a team's starting to tune you out, maybe I might not be the voice that this team needs to hear anymore.
I like that.
Like Tom Coughlin in the NFL, he went through a similar issue in New York once he won his second championship. That core group would just start to tune him out. So then he went upstairs to the front office, and then I think eventually started working in Jacksonville, I want to say. But
yeah, and I just think like it gives him more longevity working in the NBA. It's like now I can show my value. He still can go back and coach if he wants to. Like if he wants to get a coaching job, he can go get one. But it's like now I'm in the front office. I'm a GM, so his value is now more not only to his organization because he's done a great job really in both roles, but like to the league at large. You know, it's a business still, and it's a hard business to stick in. And so the more opportunities and the more options that you kind of give yourself to have a long career in the NBA, for him to recognize that at as young of an age as he did, I think that's special, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he almost like whether I don't know if you know this, he almost was about to leave us to take the Indiana job until that they had a handshake agreement with him that will give you this president job after Danny departs and we mutually part ways with him. But no, you're right about that. And to double down on that, like you said, you do have a little bit more job security working in the front office than as a coach. Like, not to, because I don't even really care about the historical rivalry, and not to double down or throw stones at the Lakers. Rob Pelinka is their GM. he survived now. I want to say at least 3, if not 4, coaching firings. If you're the boss, you're not gonna fire yourself.
Very true.
Yeah.
So that's a luxury you get being in the front office versus as a coach. Because you only, as a president or director of basketball operations, you only got one person you got to answer to, which is the owner.
Yeah, and like and of course we'll talk about this more, but like I work in the G League. I broadcast in the G League, so I'm starting to learn more about kind of just the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Like the pipeline from the G League to the NBA is real. But one person who, and I was just with him right before I came here, who on a smaller scale obviously than Brad Stevens, but it's still dope. He has a dual role. Y'all ever heard of Pooh Jeter?
Yeah.
Pooh, played at University of Portland.
Yeah, bro.
Played pro ball a bunch of years. Played with G League Ignite with Scoot, and now he's
2K legend.
Yeah, and now
I'd always see his name like keep a job somehow.
Yeah, so Pooh, and they've done like the G League has like this docu-series that they do, with they have different features, of course, of people that are in the G or connected to the G, but Pooh in particular with the Blazers has a dream role, in my opinion. He's a player development. He's an assistant coach for the Trailblazers, but he's an assistant GM for the Remix.
Damn.
Oh, that's fire.
That's fire.
That's fire.
Only person in the league with that kind of a position, and like that's groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And when you talk about Brad Stevens, he's doing something groundbreaking to recognize at such a young age, like, let me get in the front office, because if he ever leaves the front office, he can go back and coach, and if coaching don't work out based on what he's just accomplished, he can always go back and get a front office job. And I think just to stay a part of the game, stay around the game, and then also be able to just show your full-on value, the NBA is getting a little more open and creative to creating these, like, unique roles and these dual roles and stuff like that. So I think it's more like going to become more of a trend in the NBA to start seeing more fluctuation between like coaching and front office and vice versa.
Let's get spicy.
Let's do it.
Oh, what's up? Talk to me. What's good?
So I got 2 things for y'all. Did Ime, is he right now?
Ime.
You know my pronunciation.
Yeah, no, I was trying to get right.
Is he right now Arthur Fiston in Houston?
He shouldn't be.
Okay.
He shouldn't be.
Nah.
Knowing him, the little that I do, just whatever.
For one, he in Houston.
That
Go ahead.
He had a phenomenal season. I'm gonna say this.
But also, what he did with that team in 2022 is what he did. What's happened since then, while the core is somewhat similar, this roster was tweaked, and our play style is completely different.
Okay.
It was kind of, I know people that try to use that whole like Steve Kerr,
Yeah.
Mark Jackson like analogy. The reason why, and this isn't to shit or downplay the success that Ime had in the year he was with us, prior to him taking over as head coach, we were already knocking at the door. I understand we went from the conference finals to the finals, but that I also say, they were 20, 21, 20 when they had made the conference finals twice already. So just like with more experience, more years under their belt, I think it would have happened.
Jalen and Jason grew up.
Yeah, I'm saying it was going to happen. Eventually, it was going to happen regardless. Bro. Like,
They grew up.
My last one, and then I'm done. When it comes to IT, Marcus Smart.
fuck him.
Oh,
Harsh.
damn! I wasn't expecting.
Not Marcus. Not Marcus.
Oh, damn!
Oh.
Would you like to say more?
harsh.
Nah, but all right, I shouldn't say that.
Damn.
Because IT gave us some good. IT gave us some good.
I can't call it.
He was called.
Exactly.
Bro, he tried to because he tried to walk back some shit he was saying. He was talking kind of spicy before this fucking series started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had the 2 best players. Like, nigga, understand who the fuck. And let me get close up and understand who the fuck is on the damn court. But that's neither here nor there.
That's all. That's
But are you saying should they feel salty at all?
I like where this actually went.
Isaiah ain't played for us in 7 years, bro.
It's
like
too far removed.
If Marcus felt away, I'd understand that. And I actually tweeted out after the game, if there's any player in the last 10 years I wish could have been on this team, it would be him. Because to me,
Thank you.
he was a huge culture setter in terms of one. I know people by looking at the glitz and glamour as far as JT hitting a side step three, Jalen come down the lane, dunking. But like our bread and butter is really on the defensive end with our team and the intensity that we play with. And he was really the heart of our team for a lot of years, bro. Like he's not the most, as far as like in comparison, like a lot of NBA greats, he's not the most skilled player.
He set that tone,
But
though.
he sets that tone every night. Nobody plays harder night in and night out. And young game changer, salute, bro. I hope one day that you are able to accomplish that in your career because you deserve it for real.
I think when it comes to like culture setting, that's why at least it's kind of weird where it's kind of like I don't want to say the Celtics have to do anything for them, but like that culture piece where like you have Udonis Haslem, right? I see Udonis Haslem as what that is for the Heat, for IT, for the Boston Celtics, if I'm being honest.
Nigga, what? What the fuck?
I'm just saying for like what he like.
I disagree.
All I'm saying is like the culture he said, like the sacrifices that he made.
Yeah, but Udonis stayed on the team.
I understand, but they let him go. If I remember correctly, right?
So what culture?
It was Drake. My bad.
It was
my
a
bad.
trade. So what culture did you say?
I'm just saying, it was just like the hard work and effort. I feel like IT, in my opinion, from watching the games, made me like, all right, he's like the leader and he's set the tone where he's like putting and instilling that.
But our identity is on the other side, and he was Olay.
That's for me personally. I feel like that's how I feel what IT did for like the modern day Boston Celtics. In my opinion, that's just what I feel.
Well, I'll say this, and that's not to knock
your
your opinion on that.
Yeah.
To me, there's a distinction.
Y'all can disagree. I'm
There's
fine with that.
There's a distinction between your best player and your leader and culture setter at times, and that's one of those instances.
I just felt that IT was that. Where it's almost kind of like Jimmy Butler. Could we say Jimmy Butler is he culture?
Yeah, he
He
is,
sets
but he's
the
also
tone, but he's also
exactly.
he's
he's
also
the
their
best player. Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's
I get what you're saying. I do think it's a little far removed from IT though, like in terms of
like
taking any credit for this team. Yeah, he could be a part of the team's history.
Literally, the only person that on this roster that played with him was Al and Jalen.
Yeah, it's a new day over there.
Yeah,
with this young team, it's a new day. I think again they constructed something dope, but I get what you're saying more so about Smart in terms of again kind of being a tone setter. I feel that way about Drew. Drew just an elevated version of Marcus Smart.
Yeah,
and so it's like I feel the same way about Drew.
And you saying like we should have kept Marcus around. Like the only issue I would have had, even though I do want him to get a ring, which in theory he could have been on this team. He just makes too many mental lapses at times that Drew isn't going to do. Like Drew, even if he's not making a play, will not shoot you in the foot.
Right.
And that's something valuable at this time of the year.
Yeah.
And sometimes Marcus will play outside of himself thinking like, oh, I got to make a play. And then, where it's a 5-point game, 30 seconds left in the quarter, you rush a shot, they go down, get a 3 or an and 1, and now this 5-point lead goes from a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Now it's tied up. Those small possessions could really swing a game.
From my perspective, that's why I saw like Marcus Smart more of the. Now this is grossly disrespectful. Like he's definitely not like a Patrick Beverly, but like he's just like a culture dude. Where like, do I want to say that diminishing his defensive player of the year type stuff? No, but like. I don't see him at that. That's the only reason why I said that about IT versus Marcus Smart. Like, even though Marcus was there longer, but it's kind of like y'all might get on me for this, but like I feel like some of the stuff he's doing was like a gimmick stuff. Where like I felt like people are like, that's just he's just doing that shit just to do that shit. Where we're like leading that team is different, but that's just
but some ass stuff is needed. Like
I think even that's part of his personality.
Draymond does some ass shit too.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but he's the emotional leader of that team as well.
Oh, okay, never mind. And
you can't separate the two. You just kind of got to take the good with the bad, rather than
there you go.
Because if you take that edge away from him, you don't get the same player. In regards to all the good that he does, and he uses. It's like you channel that edge into doing great things. It's just sometimes you lose your way and that other side of you comes out and you might take it a little too far or you might have a mental lapse like he was talking about. But for the most part, you bring so much more good than bad. and that is also an ingredient to the good that you bring. So you kind of got to live with it.
Well, hopefully you can do that in Memphis, right?
Let's see what job when Memphis, they dealt with a lot of injuries. I ain't
gonna lie, bro. I expect them to have a huge swing in
for
terms
sure
between
Jaw MVP
Gigi
next
Jackson,
yeah.
Jaren Jackson, Bang.
Yeah, Ja, still young. They got their young
year.
core.
Jaw for MVP next year.
And then you have him backing Ja up. Like,
Jaw for MVP next year.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not mad at it.
I think that ship is sailed. Like, I don't think them people ever gonna let him hoist one up.
Yeah, he took it a little far.
Politics definitely play a part in this shit.
Now,
like,
have an MVP caliber season?
Exactly, but I think he'd have to clear the field for that shit to happen.
He'd have to come out like a Christian boy, clean cut, I'm Jonathan, not Jaw. Right?
But even then, that would look so disingenuous. I don't even know if they would accept it, bro. But but this season turned out exactly how I expected it to. I ain't gonna lie to you. The crazy part is my core is all secured cap wise, so we should be able to run it back.
All right.
For a while, you'd be in contention to run it back for a while
until they fight the Joker.
Well, KCP probably gonna be on the move this summer, so let's see where they at.
I'm not a different. Hey,
they had their hands full. They had their hands full out west this year, so they got to get back up.
And Rudy gets a post game.
Yeah, they still got to get something, but they still got to get back to glory on that side before coming to deal with Boston.
Did y'all see that shot that Jordan Brand sent?
Yeah, I thought that was
funny.
Well, Adidas did that kind of initially.
Yeah.
You said it was a commercial?
Yeah, for Tatum's commercial.
Tatum's commercial. Yeah, Adidas kind of did an iteration of that first for Ant.
Yeah, it was lucky a
shot
at.
Yeah. And so Jordan Brand responded because they actually had the champ. Ant probably created the most value for himself out of anybody in the playoffs this year, but at the end of the day, you got to crown Tatum. He got that ring, and so that was fire.
Rob looked a little lost. I'm gonna get him up to speed. So I'm sure you saw.
I saw the Jason Tatum commercial and the Anthony Edwards.
The receipts commercials.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the difference is, the thing is, with playing no games, I understand you have a wealth of basketball knowledge. I understand you have a wealth of basketball knowledge. The thing is, we're here playing no games. I'm giving you my unfiltered thoughts. Whether you agree or disagree, I'm not doing this for shock value. I like the Celtics for different reasons and everything like that. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I forgot you halfway. My brother,
I fucking hate you.
I rock with Jaylen Brown.
I'm a JB fan. If anything, I like his mentality.
Yeah,
for the people.
Yeah, he for the people. And then like I was saying earlier, I'm a Cal Berkeley fan, so I've been following his career since he was at Cal, and always rocked with him since college, and so I'm glad to see his career unfold the way it's unfolding.
Yeah. Well, I at least just want to say this. Tay, Boston Celtics.
They got it done.
The Mass area. Congratulations. Levain cookies shout out. Those the best cookies out there. Bro, let me tell y'all. Next time I'm out there, cookies on me.
Yeah, I've never been to Boston. Never been to Boston.
Yeah,
I got you.
And next time you go out there, please bring some back.
I want to go for sure.
Yeah, please bring some back on the PJ.
I actually will not. I won't be back for a while.
Oh, you won't? Okay.
My plan is to get to Boston by way of the job. I want to touch every NBA arena by way of the job at some point.
You'll do it.
That's the goal.
And this is actually an excellent segue
into. I knew what I was doing.
You're back. You're back.
He's back.
Please give us an update before we start more bullshitting. What has Pounce been up to?
I mean, obviously we talking NBA basketball, but many of y'all know the Blazers has a G League affiliate now, the Rip City Remix.
Let's go.
And so for the inaugural season and going into next season, I can confidently say that I am the TV analyst for
Let's
Rip City
fucking go!
And so, it was fire just all the way around. I've been doing this for a minute. A lot of people don't know, I played ball in college, but I also went to journalism school. So I kind of understand both sides of the grind. I understand more of the player to personality aspect of things because I play ball, but I also understand like that real journalism grind to kind of get there. And so, for me, I started off, we talked about it a little bit, but once I graduated college, I was doing talk radio,
Yeah.
which, I'm still on talk radio, but I was full time doing talk radio. And, quickly I found out that industry is rough and I got laid off like literally at the 6-month mark. I didn't even get a full year
Oh wow.
doing talk radio. Yeah. And so at the time, like my co-host, we both landed on our feet. And so it's dope because I go on his morning show every Tuesday now on 620 on Rip City Radio. But at the time, that was my first gig. I was fresh out of college. He had been through that process before of like being laid off. And he was telling me like, yo, man, like you got like 6 months. The kind of narrative is like you have 6 months to get another job, or it's really hard to get a job back in this business, you know, in this sports broadcasting business. Like that's just kind of how things usually tend to bear out. So that kind of lit a fire under my ass. Like I got to do something, but I never wanted to be the dude that had to move to 20 different markets to get my break, or that's not me saying that I'm not open to moving ever, but I think like I was a young journalist, still, relatively young, 31, but like I knew that I'm already in a top 25 media market in Portland. Why would I backtrack and go to market number
Chattanooga, Tennessee?
You know what I'm saying? Like why would I go to Medford? You know what I mean? Why would I go to Bend and I'm already in Portland? So it was more of like a humility thing, but also it was like an eye-opening thing for me because it's like, well, this is one of the perks of going to college and playing ball in college, but also getting a degree from that college. And I played Division III NCAA ball. And so I just went right back to my alma mater. And I'm like, y'all got a play-by-play guy, but y'all don't have an analyst here. And so I went back to my university, and for men's and women's basketball, I was the analyst on the internet stream. And then, a year after that, I ended up getting a gig at Portland State and became Portland State's analyst. And then, a couple years when I first got there, we were on like Pluto TV, something like whatever. But a couple of years in of me being the analyst at Portland State, they got the Big Sky ended up getting a broadcasting contract with ESPN Plus. So now all the Portland State games are on ESPN Plus. I'm doing more like TV stuff and so from there, just divine timing. I had no idea that Portland I knew it should come because there was only 2 teams remaining at the time that didn't have a G League affiliate, but it was like the time came for Portland to announce that they had a G League affiliate, and like I attacked that broadcaster position. Like soon as the announcement was made, I start digging in my Rolodex, reaching out to people before the position was even open. And ultimately, when it came that time, I ended up landing the gig, and man, it was a crazy dope experience. Cause like, you get access to a lot more stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
The production is better, you know what I mean? Because we were on Fox 12 Plus with all of our games this year, but then also like really getting the understanding of sort of that pipeline from the G League to the NBA, but also like I got the opportunity to go on the Blazers pregame show with Brooke and be, at the Moda on the concourse and get those opportunities as well because I'm in the door now, you know what I'm saying? And now it's for remix night, but it's like now more conversations are happening behind the scenes that nothing's etched in stone yet, so I won't get too deep into that, but I got a good feeling that going forward, more opportunities will be presented. And so it was definitely like a level up, and from what I've been doing, like I said, I went through that grind, but the access that I got to certain stuff now is like, whoa, I didn't see that coming so fast, but here we are. So let's get it.
All right, bro, we ain't got to spend too much time on this, but let me ask you this, just because I'm curious. What was the biggest transition in terms of doing analyst work for the collegiate realm versus
Good question.
At the professional setting?
Everything. The speed, first and foremost, like you got a 30-second shot clock in college. You got a 24-second shot clock in the NBA. the pace, everybody shoots threes at that level. Like in college, you still kind of it's more systematic. You know what I mean? Like you got
still playing inside out.
Yeah, they playing inside out. Like you still got to play within a system where at that level you more so are just trying to find elite pieces at whatever it is these players do great and piecing together with another elite piece that somebody else does great. So you might have one guy who's an elite distributor. You might have another guy who's an elite rim protector. You might have another guy who's, the Antoine Davis, for example, like all-time leading three-point shooter in Division I college basketball history, and then came into his rookie season and led the G League in three-pointers made this year. Like, you seeing guys that you don't always hear about on the mainstream level, but, like, whatever it is that got them here, they are great at it. And, like, it shows night in and night out in the production. So it's a world of difference. I'm not going to lie.
And I'm so glad you said that, not to get off topics too much, but people take for granted how good the 12th through 15th man is on the NBA or even a G League roster. The dude you see sitting there probably ain't played in 40 games. If he goes to any program across the country, will look like a god.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Like, and I'm not putting 50s on that. Like, most of these dudes, like even Peyton Pritchard, when he wasn't playing too much with us, I think that was his second or third year.
He was dropping 70 in the program.
Bro, he dropped 92
here. In the program. Yeah.
Wait, other pros on the court.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And so, like, it was definitely a level up. And then you and it's not even just roster 12 through 15 guys. It's rookies that you can see. Oh, he just only 19 years old. He 20 years old. But you see all the tools that, like, 5 years down the line, he's going to have a great career in the NBA. You know what I mean? He's just young, not maybe as polished, needs to get the reps. He might not have been a lottery pick, but he was a first-round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And you can see why that is. So it's definitely a world of difference. And then now, because there's so much turnover from the G League to the NBA, now even the vets that, they're out of their prime in the NBA, but they still holding on. They know that the best route to get back to the NBA is the G League. So I'm calling games for Lance Stevenson. I'm calling games for, people Norris Cole. You know what I mean? Like
Norris Cole still
Norris Cole's on the G League Ignite.
Oh.
Like, I'm calling games for people that I used to just watch on TV on the biggest stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot when it comes to that G League.
What about Mario Chalmers?
I know, no Chalmers, but Norris Cole.
Hold on.
I think he's
played
retired. In the G League, but I didn't call a game
for
him. Yeah. But
he's in the Big Three now? Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like,
I'm seeing him playing somewhere.
Yeah, it's cats out there like, bro, I really, you know what I mean? Patrick McCaw. Like, it's just all
that's
kind of different.
Crazy, bro.
Like, I'm calling games
he won
for him.
3 straight rings, and now he's in the G League.
Bro, it's all of that. And so it's kind of a wide range of, like, guys trying to get to that league and stick. You know what I mean? Or you got some undrafted. Like, it's just a wealth of talent at that level, bro.
I can't remember who said this, but keep getting them checks.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's there to get.
Hey, you gonna put your GM hat on for me real quick, okay?
Okay.
I
can't remember. Do my best.
What the Blazers drafting this year? 7th
and 14th.
7th and 14th. Okay, not to call anybody's names out because everybody contributes as much as they can. But if you were the Blazers GM, what are you looking to add to the team this year?
Shooting.
I know you play attention to college ball too. So.
No, I'm adding shooting, and the reason why I'm adding shooting is because Scoot is downhill, and the ball's going to be in his hands the most, based on like the future of the organization. And say what you will about him in the past, but that second half of the season, DeAndre Ayton was a monster, and I think for me, you build around those two guys, but Ayton is more 15 feet and in. And Scoot, again, is more downhill. So for them to continue to operate at a high level and for you to be able to just flat out compete with everybody else in the NBA because they all can shoot, you got to space that floor, and you got to have cats that can knock them down because them threes are still more than twos. And that's what you're going to get a lot of out of Scoot and DA. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get more 3-point shooting, I believe.
Honest opinion, do you think they'll get that Murray in the second year?
Because
his brother's doing phenomenal.
His brother's doing great. I think Murray in particular, and I called a lot of Murray's games in the G League, and I saw him like really flip a switch because, he comes into the G League playing for the Remix, and he's first round draft pick, but you had to kind of ease him in a little bit. He didn't just come out right away looking like a first round draft pick. But what was impressive to me was like it only took him about a month to flip that switch, and basically like around once the regular season started, because they broken up into like 2 seasons, but once the regular season started around like New Year's, and the first season started in like November, he was 20 a game, 20 a game, 20 a game. Like he adjusted rather quick. And I'm like, okay, that's why he was a first round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And then once he went up to the Blazers, like he held his own enough to where he didn't really come back down to us anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's other guys that kind of fluctuated back and forth, but like he kind of stuck up there. And so, yes, I do think his shot is only going to get better. I think he's more like catch and shoot, but he's also like got a lot of length, and he has like other intangibles. But I think he's, even though, people try to compare him to his brother who's doing great, his twin for that matter, I think Murray's going to have a really good career because I saw how quick he was able to adjust. And I'm like, all right, he's going to be straight.
Oh, they twins? I never knew. I thought he was older. I thought he was older, like by some years.
They twins.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, Keegan and Chris Murray, they're twins.
Well, I'm going to ask you to take off your GM hat. And this last part of our breakdown is I'm going to have you put on your DJ hat.
Okay. Update
us. What's it been like? I know you have a question for us, but what's it been like spinning around the town? I've been hearing your name. It's
been
growing.
Ringing. I heard y'all did something kind of crazy the other day.
Yeah, it's been ringing a little bit.
Stupid
for
crazy.
Sure.
It went stupid? Yeah.
It went crazy.
Oh.
It went crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, just to say flat out what it is I got to DJ Damian Lillard is back in town, of course, because as he said he would be in the off season, and he did an R&B party, an R&B experience, and he had me as DJ Killer Cam and Sounds by Dante, and we all DJ'd. He brought Keisha Cole, so obviously that was a big deal, and that was the funnest, definitely a top 5 gig I've ever done, and like the funnest gig that I've been able to do like in quite some time. Cause for me, like, I love music, and so I love the mixing element of DJing, but a lot of people don't know that, like, when it come to like hopping on this mic and being a real like a true personality, like I really got that skill, obviously, which is why I broadcast and do that too. But the thing is, it's like I'm in the nightlife. I'm in a lot of lounges, so I try to be cognizant of hopping on the mic too much in that setting, because it's just tricky with kind of what it is I do. But in a setting like that, bright lights, camera
it's my moment.
I had to tap into that.
Talking your shit.
Jordan, I'll put that jersey on real quick.
Yeah. And
I'm touching it.
And I think, that's something that I got in my arsenal that I don't always put on display as I'm DJing live, but a lot of people learn that like my mic work pause is crazy.
That is 3 podcasts in a row.
My pause is crazy.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? But now, like I can really pop it, and I can really like control it. I could talk my shit flat out. But I could really like command and control a room, and like the crowd control element is completely different, when you're actually emceeing rather than showing you off your mic work.
Shut the fuck up.
You was waiting for it. I saw you over there. I felt you waiting for it over there. But when you're emceeing, like it brings an entirely different element, and a lot of people in the city haven't seen me get in that bag in that kind of a setting before, and I think it showed that night that it's real.
Yeah, no, it looked crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy, and it was like, again, it was cool, and and I want to ask y'all, because I see y'all outside a lot. I met both of y'all. Well, no, I didn't. Did I meet you out DJing? I definitely met you.
No,
I
definitely.
I met you.
I met him outside for sure.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, I want to just ask y'all, because I see y'all outside enough. Like, what do y'all think about the DJ scene out here, and like, what's going on? You got a favorite? Can something get better? Like, what can we do here? Talk to me. It might be a sticky situation for y'all to answer this question, but I don't care.
You want to you want to kick it off?
I got.
All right.
Because I ain't gonna run from this. I would say just when it comes to the wealth and the depth of DJs here, if I'm being honest with you,
Yeah.
I feel that Portland has the most diverse, in my opinion, when it comes to like sounds, especially if it's like a Sounds by Dante night, or if it's a DJ Honest night, where I'll be honest, where I've had Portland DJs gross me too, like, oh, I didn't know this house music and this like Beyonce song could go and mix together well, where if I'm in Texas, I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm hearing this,
Trap. Yeah.
Exactly. And no diss to them. And I'll just say like this. I learned about true DJing from Portland-based DJs. Now, when I'm elsewhere in the country, they're playing the playlist, respectfully. They're mixing, but it's like this. And I say that if we're going, pound for pound, I think Portland, we got a good starting 6, starting 7 to compete with Cali's. Now, what I say when it comes for me, or actually I'll go there. Yeah, I would say our DJ Nest is a gem, if I'm being honest.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I would say on my end, as far as like some of my favorites, like Dante, he's my cousin, so I mean that goes without saying.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
And then outside of that, like you my favorite. I'm not even just saying it's just because
you're that's how for real. Like, you know what I mean? We met
my favorite DJs.
Yeah,
my boy Trey, DJ Mari. Shout out, bro. He's going crazy. Solo got the Afrobeat scene, like completely unlocking the city. My girl Emma, she got her own little pocket. So we have a nice variety in terms of like sound, and I feel like everybody has their own niche. The only thing I say I would like to see added in terms of nightlife scene is just more variety in terms of like spotlight nights. Like I feel like right now we're starting to get into a bag where it's just like a whole lot of either R&B nights or Afrobeat shit.
Right.
Yeah. And let me not Afrobeat shit, but like Afrobeat days or whatever.
Yeah. Events.
If you will. So like, because I know, and this doesn't necessarily represent me, but I know there's somebody out there who likes like backpack rap, or if I want to go somewhere and just hear some straight Bay music.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I should be able to do that without having to curate my own experience.
My thing, 2 things with that. One, I think, glad you mentioned Trayvon. Want to throw out Honest, want to throw out Vince. I would say, once again, we have so many different talented DJs that, do phenomenal things. And the thing is, where I know if I'm going to a night where you're doing it, it's going to be vastly different from Dante. And it's kind of like, I never knew you could twist this song in this way or bring it up in that way. And I feel like that piece is the underrated piece where that's dope. That's what makes it so diverse. Now, the thing that I kind of disagree with you about is I think it's more of a Portland thing and not a DJ thing where, respectfully, I know a little bit behind the scenes where, I'm not going to say the establishment, but they like, all right, play in this area.
For sure.
Play like this you don't excite them.
The owner's got something to say.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I'll give you it.
The owner, I've dealt with it on several occasions.
Yeah. And I think that, and when, respectfully, because I feel like I'm talking down to the music genres that are just great, where we just have R&B and like Afrobeats where they're like, oh,
that's what's
not
accepted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's not going to accept.
Flat out.
It's safe. Thank you. That's the word I'm trying. It's safe.
Yeah.
They're not going to. But like from a pure R&B lover, like what I'm saying, I can get down on some R&B, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is just kind of like, it's just sad because we're handcuffing a lot of good DJs.
I agree.
Yeah. And
I agree.
Bro, to even like double down on that more, I know this might sound kind of crazy, but like my music palette is pretty damn wide.
Thank you.
Like, there's house music I like to listen to. There's dancehall music I like to listen to. He invited me to a completely like jazz, like R&B, like jazz fusion type of like night, and I enjoyed myself. They were just playing Kim Waters and like artists like that. So it's like I feel like there's just more, and a lot of it probably is venues.
It's venues.
I'm aware of.
Yes, it is. I agree.
Just gonna be more accepting of more music being played outside of like Candy Rain or
Keisha Cole love, and I love Keisha Cole. I just did a show
you know
with her.
I would love if Dame could fly Mr. Fab out here.
Yeah. Which he did for his rap show.
Which I know he has the full tool, but not everybody does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And as a person who's a part of that, I think, what do you want the community to know? Because we talked about the summer changing, and I can feel that in the rumblings of how people are moving outside. What do you want the people to know from the DJ side that's coming that we don't know that's going to make the summer hot?
I just think that because of kind of what y'all both alluded to, the DJs are now more aware and cognizant that we got to get away from. We'll still rock the venues, they pay, you can kind of stay in rotation, but a lot more DJs are like taking risk now, and they're doing more events. So you can go to a Dre Slaps event or a Brown Sugar event, or I did Toast to Summer last year. You know what I mean? That rooftop event at Keene, that was crazy. Yeah. We're gonna run that back this year. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think you're starting to obviously, Sunday Social. I just did that, with Solo recently, and so I think you're starting to see more events that are taking place out here that will allow for DJs to be able to play with a little bit more freedom. And so that's going to elevate, what you see from, or what you're able to hear from a lot of the DJs and the different DJs. And it'll allow us to take more risk, rather than what you kind of got to play if you are DJing at a certain establishment. So that, I think, is just going to only make the music scene that much better. I think Dame is helping the music scene with what he's doing with this song. They running it back this weekend. And so it's like, it's good. And I think with events taking place more, if people kind of lock more into those, you can get a little bit more like niche sets, rather than just a common set that you're going to hear at every lounge around the way.
Andrew, let me get a close up. We got the close up. Hey, we want to have the most livest experience. You're scaring all the women away. So if you don't know how to have fun,
keep the guns home.
Put close up on my man.
No violence, man.
No violence. Pounce.
No violence this summer.
The reason why we can't have fun and you're scaring all the good women away is because you're acting ridiculous. Y'all want the talent to be unleashed? Take your broke ass home.
And I got to give a shout out too, talking about like more that the scene has to offer. And I've talked to you about this before, and like Mimosa is bringing a brunch scene now.
Yep, bro.
We haven't had a brunch. We haven't had, at least for us. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
We haven't had a brunch scene. Like, I DJ a lot of their Saturday brunches. Motaz does every Sunday brunch there, and it's like, it's a black-owned spot. You know what I mean? And it's still in the Pearl District for people that like to hang out there, where you usually don't have that many black-owned spots. And it's like, brunch is huge all across everywhere. Of course, in other places, they brunching, smoking hookah. We ain't smoking hookah yet, but like, you can come get some good food, get lit, get a nice day fade going. You know what I mean? Hear the music that you want to hear, in a brunch type setting. And so I just think we are starting to, and this goes back to kind of what we were talking about at the beginning of the conversation, where it's like, I think we are seeing people progress, in their own unique ways. And I love to see it for the other DJs. I'm not as event centric personally. I'll rock with people on their events, but for one, I feel like I play a different game than every other DJ out here.
And you got so much stuff going on too.
Exactly. Like, So like, I DJ because I love music, and like, okay, if we side by side and we got a rocker, we on the bill together, like, let's rock. I'm with that too. But also, like, I'm a broadcaster. It's not too many DJs out here that really full on broadcast. They just play the music, and which is why I also think a lot of people saw something with my MC skills that I don't always show, because like I said, just some of the settings I be in, and I know, I get a few in me, I can get to talking crazy and really talking my shit, but like, we don't have a lot of DJs out here that also broadcast. Not that I know of, but I think it makes a little bit of a difference. And so, yeah, I just kind of run my own race, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to DJing, and people like me. I get booked a lot, and then I go do what I love. Otherwise, going to broadcast.
All right, before we wrap this up, can I say this? Portland summer is actually like one of the most elite summers.
It's beautiful
across the city. I mean,
It's
across the country.
Absolutely.
As far as like a combination of nightlife,
Daytime
weather,
vibes,
daytime
yeah,
vape,
hiking, nature.
yeah.
It for sure. All around. Like
agree.
I was talking about that on my podcast today, where I was like, one thing I love about Portland, because I was talking about the summer and entering the summer, and what the vibes are right now is that like Portland legitimately is one of the few places that has all 4 seasons. You got most like even where I grew up, it was like more overcast because I grew up in the Bay, so it's a lot of water, more overcast or sunny, but it's dry out there. We ain't getting too much rain, you know what I'm saying? But we get morning dew and mist because we on the water, you know what I'm saying? And so we get gray skies, but it's like in Portland, Oregon, however you want to call it, like the summers is cold and rainy, you know what I mean? The springs, everybody's outside trying to get to them cherry blossoms. The summer, you know what I mean, is just green and vibrant, and you know what I mean, endless hiking trails and waterfalls, and
I went on a hike
today.
today.
I mean, go to the coast, you could do all those things. In the fall, like the color changes, like this is just one of the rare places where, like each season pops in its own right, and I like that. Like you get a full experience of each season out here.
So Tay, you was touching grass?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And you funny as hell talking about, bro. I don't know if you seen my story. I joined. I went to a bike club, a run club yesterday.
Okay.
Dude was like, "Oh, you out here trying to look for a babe?" I didn't even know that was a thing on TikTok.
Right
in the guy, bro.
You be tapped in though, Tay. I don't know if you can get away with it.
Right in the guy. I did not know that.
Incriminating yourself.
I can't just worry about my health.
Oh yeah, you worried about your
You
health.
know I will lift.
Yeah. You
I'm trying to
3
get
plates, right?
No, just you funny. No, just 2.
3
right now.
plates?
Just
Oh,
2.
you
I'm
sure?
trying to get up to 3.
Ah man,
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
help you.
Yeah.
I'm there.
We getting there, but no, the run club was fun though. Y'all should join me every Tuesday at
Run club.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Tuesday, 7 p.m. I need to drop a few for TV, so let's do it.
No, for real. They got but they got 3 different groups. So it's one that does walking,
Health is wealth.
one that does a mix of like running and jogging, which
Yeah.
I did. That was 3 to 4.5 miles. And then the elite group it's half dead on sprint, half mile jog, and that's 5 to 6 miles.
Pacing, they really just pacing it out at a high level.
What's time? 1 hour. All right. So 2 more things, and we're gonna get out, y'all. So really quick, trigger warning, trauma alert. I'm not gonna lie. I've been drinking tonight. I've been drinking a lot.
Barely.
It's Juneteenth, man. We get a pass. Happy Juneteenth, by the
Bro,
way,
I've been drinking a minute.
fellas. It's Juneteenth. We can do whatever we
Happy
want
Juneteenth.
today.
So I'll just say this. Tragically, Oaks Park's one of their amusement rides. In fact, Drag, I may need your help. I think I populated this. One of their amusement rides stopped mid-swing and had 30 participants hanging upside down for 20 minutes.
So long. I would have panicked.
Yo, y'all remember the Screaming
Bro.
Eagle?
Yeah.
It was pretty much the modernized version of the Screaming
Yeah, no,
Eagle.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yes.
So, PTSD trauma. I have the article. I do have the article. Look at me, coin 6. Got it.
Hey, do y'all ever did planks?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so now think about how long a 2-minute plank is.
Yes. Yeah.
And then multiply that by 15, bro, to be hanging in the air for like 20, 30 minutes.
I'd have panicked.
That was 30
Oh,
minutes.
it's 30, my
yeah,
bad.
I thought it was 30.
See, coin 6 is 20.
Yeah, no, I thought it was 30.
Cite
Yeah.
your sources, baby. Cite your sources. Nah.
That's what. Hey, I
It's
beat the
20.
fact
All
dragon. There we go.
Still,
right.
20 minutes is a
Yeah, it's
long
too
ass
much.
time, bro.
It's too long.
That's basically an episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah, with no commercials. Straight through.
Shut up. Shut up. No, we got to be serious. So,
Okay.
the thing is, I'm just curious. The ride was called the Atmosphere. The question is, I'm going to get straight to it. Do you think Oaks Parks needs to pay him out?
Think.
You-
Nigga, I'd be owning this park. What you mean? After about minute 10, I ain't gonna lie. part of me would have almost been like conflicted. Like, should I be upset or happy right now? As long as I touch the ground, because like that civil suit that they about to get hit with, dog.
Yeah, that's. Whew. I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely. If I'm standing on my head, hanging head, whatever.
How did nobody
for that amount of
how did
time?
nobody-
I'm going to the doctor for sure.
Facts, bro. How did nobody's
and
phone?
then we'll take it from there.
How did nobody's phone or anything like fly out their pockets? Because like when you're going on a roller coaster, the speed that you're going at, even if you do have to turn upside down, you're moving too fast for anything to fly out. But 20 minutes directly hanging upside down.
There's a lot of weird information about it. So, the number of people is actually doesn't seem super consistent between Coin, K2, and Washington Post. Anywhere between 20 and 25 people.
Okay.
And each of those places has a different amount of time that they're upside down, between 20 and 30 minutes.
Let's see.
Washington Post has 30 minutes. K2 has 25.
Yeah.
25. And then Coin. So,
I'm-
so it's
Okay.
there's a lot of varying stuff there. Super minor, but it's still stuff that's coming out, obviously, about it.
No, that's why we have you. I appreciate that. I just wanted to.
I like it.
I just wanted to be better and be on
Fact
my
check,
shit.
baby. Fact check.
Bro, but 20 minutes hanging upside down, bro. The blood rush you would get to your head.
I'm going to the doctor, bro.
So like,
and I need all that taken care of.
My doctor and my lawyer.
so the
I'm going to the ER. Forget the doctor. I'm going straight from the park to the ER. We're going to see how high or low my blood pressure is from that, and we getting those numbers right away.
it's so surreal because you never think it would happen to you type stuff.
We
'Cause-
shouldn't be laughing about it.
It's,
We
no,
should-
it's messed
we-
up. It's traumatic,
It's traumatic.
bro.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be
Traumatic.
laughing.
I'm going to the hospital. Either way, I'm going to the hospital. From here, I'm going straight to the hospital.
I agree with you 1,000%. It's just like you never would think because like when this happened, I was like, oh, Oak Park, like down the way, Oaks
Yeah,
Park,
right there.
where I used to run. It's just weird that it happened there, and I guess it's like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think after like a couple rides, because I was always afraid of roller coasters. I think someone peeped me on game. He's like, they break this down in like 24 hours and they move it to the next city. Like even though I know Oaks Parks is like city, and from like that point,
Like
I
county
stopped,
fairs and
I
stuff like
stopped
that.
getting on
Yeah.
county rides.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we make those more safe? But also, do y'all think Oaks Park is gonna shut down?
I think they'll probably be around till the summer's out.
Yeah, that's a hard hit to take. Because now a lot of people everybody that had plans to go to Oaks Park are not going to go to Oaks Park unless, but it's some daredevils out there. But like, if I hear a ride get stuck at any theme park, adventure park, whatever the case may be, I'll give it a year.
Yeah, bro.
That's fair.
Like
I'll give it a year.
compound it, and then you compound that with the amount of civil suits that they about to get hit with.
Yeah, I hope they got insurance.
How much you think people walking away with?
Hey, people gonna settle, so I don't think it's nothing that they can't handle. But
But
that
it's 20 cases.
yeah, that compounded with probably business going down, and as the amount of cases that you got to deal with, like a lot of people will settle for a little bit of nothing, in comparison to probably what they got. But yeah, it's gonna be a hit for sure. They'll take a hit.
Damn.
I'd be surprised to see if they do better this year, like if they gain popularity from this.
Yeah, ain't no way.
Like
If
I'd
they
be
gain
surprised if that
popular-
was the case, but
Like if they around Nets, like if they around summer 2025, I'd definitely be surprised.
That's fair. That's fair.
because it's not that big of a theme park either.
Yeah, I mean, even when we was younger, it always felt like
Yeah.
it was hanging on by its last thread.
Yeah, it's not that huge.
I mean, be for real,
but it's
bro,
a staple. It's a staple.
It's a staple, but
you
like,
just had someone. I had 15 tickets, little Timmy. What do you want?
It's a staple.
like, bro, even back in the day in the skating rink, the floorboards was like Loki coming up on like the
Yes,
garden.
we grew up together. Yes, on the back of the roller rink with that dip. It was an extra.
Yeah.
This guy. Is it Is it bad? After I saw a roll bounce, I had the moment.
You went to Oaks Park?
Yeah.
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 They
It's a
actually got
staple.
they actually got
It's a
a
staple, bro.
adult skate night on Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's a
that
staple.
I be wanting to go to, but I always have something that just like conflicts.
Run Club.
It's nice.
Yeah, now, yeah, no,
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Run Club on Tuesday,
Bro, you know what's
7
crazy?
p.m.
No,
Your
somebody
man said
my man's called it the Black Girls Brunch Run Club Party.
No, I can.
it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Now you gave me a little more context
Yeah.
about Run Club.
I'm about to close the loop. Close the loop. In Portland, what a lot of people don't understand is like when the sun comes out. Respectfully, huh?
Hmm?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The vibes come out.
Oh, you said the vibes. I thought you said something.
Yeah, I said the vibes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said the bodies come out. I was like, that's
Ooh,
crazy. Anywho, all I will say this: there are people in Portland that don't come out until the summer. I believe that.
For sure, because the mental health, the Northwest and mental health it's one of like the worst regions for mental health because it's so gloomy and rainy for so long, for such a long amount of time. It's not like you get hit real hard for a few months and then it's like, all right, like that weather, it makes a difference on people. So yeah, that summer, it's crazy. I was just saying this on my podcast because I was at this June. I was back and forth. I went to the Juneteenth event, and then I went to record my podcast, and then I stopped back through on the way back here. But it was like, it was all smiles, man. Sun was out, rooftop was vibing. Of course, it was even better because it was all melanin in there. Juneteenth, folks coming out to celebrate. But like, yeah, everybody just seemed happier, and I be outside during the cold months. I DJ still. Or I'm, at the games. You know what I mean? Like I'm either calling a game somewhere, Portland State, Pacific, Remix, or I'm attending a Blazer game. Like I'm always out year round, and like you could feel the difference in like people's joy and their energy. It's up right now with this weather being what it is.
Well, Oaks Park, it's up.
Can I add like a little
Sure.
more context here? So they're actually up in visitors.
See, but that's why I
In
mentioned
the last,
like
30 or 40 years. They're
Oh.
consistently up visitors.
since that happened.
Not since that happened, since that happened a few days ago.
Okay, yeah.
They also had a breakdown in 2016 where some brakes failed on a Ferris wheel type thing where the parts actually spin independently. The brakes failed. They still remained open after that.
Yeah, they're
to
not
say
closing.
This isn't going to be the nail in the coffin, but
Maybe summer will save them too. Shit, I don't know. maybe we all benefit from summer.
And from that crazy word comment to end us out, I'm about to put on my Cartier Bob hat. I'm more sober for this part. So, bro, I haven't drank in like forever, so that was the perfect amount of alcohol. I was fine.
What?
And look
a
at
little,
man.
little
Yeah,
champagne,
yeah.
champagne.
Yeah, my system is like, what is this poison in your body?
Okay.
Now,
Toxins,
the hitting white, different level of Rob. Anywho, so before we get out of here, a new segment I've been really working on just to engage people to like make the barrier of entry to like having relationship conversations. So I want to hit y'all with, am I an asshole? So I got something for y'all. So we're all going to.
Yes, you are.
I am. I'm a jerk. Close up. So I'm reading you guys the situation. Am I the asshole?
fact check here.
Anywho, am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend not to set alarms for earlier than she intends to wake up? My girlfriend and I share a bed. She finds it hard to get up in the mornings, so she likes to set wake up alarms. If she wants to wake up at 6:30, she'll set an alarm for 6 or 6:15 so she can slowly wake up rather than just setting her alarm at 6:30. Her alarm always wakes me up first, and then I struggle to get back up afterwards. I don't mind being woken up by her alarm if she actually needs to get up, but I feel like she's being a bit inconsiderate for... I feel like I'm being a bit inconsiderate for her to wake me up earlier than necessarily just so she doesn't have to immediately get up on the first alarm. Am I the asshole?
Yes. Time to get a 2-bedroom and become roommates, buddy.
Say,
that's kind of tricky because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not one of those people that just set 3-4 alarms.
Yeah.
Like when I get up, when I set my alarm, when it goes off, I get up. You know, I could be halfway with my eyes closed in the bathroom, but I'm gonna just like make it work. So I would never try to be an inconvenience to somebody else in that way. But the reality of sleeping in bed with somebody else, you gotta kind of conform to whatever their process is waking up. So yeah, you kind of are.
So it's very interesting that you guys say this because I always try to find because like when you're on Reddit and the asshole ones, they're always like the like interesting ones, but like I always try to find the ones that are like pretty like off the beaten path because it's something that you really wouldn't think about when you're dating because like yeah you thinking about the bed but you're not
but
thinking
not sleeping together.
exactly like
In that way, yeah.
exactly. So
living with each other, really.
exactly, and like when we have like these conversations of like pop the balloon first date questions, like I feel like you never really ask these questions. So like, all right, are you a morning person or are you an evening person?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're in the thick of it, you enter and you find out about this shit, and you're like, oh, can I like how? And I think that's why I want to that's why I chose this one.
And remember when you got on my ass about when I said I had a long screening process in terms of shifting from like us just dating to being in a relationship? It saves you from being in situations.
Now
like that.
your screening process versus the average man might be a little different.
Well, you just gotta go through at least a 3 month period. Hopefully, a holiday season.
Okay, so okay, that's fair. That's fair. So my thing is, my belief sometimes I think sometimes we overscreen. Like we've seen enough tape.
You can never see enough tape.
Yes, you fucking can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Hey, in the words of a wise man, measure 12 times and cut once instead of measuring once and cutting 12 times.
I knew you was gonna say some bullshit. I knew you was gonna say some bullshit. All I'm saying
You
is
learned that from a wise man too. A game guy.
wait a second. If you saw the last episode, your little birdie, right?
Yeah, I got a little birdie. Yeah. Actually, I want to play this or that with him before we close out. If that's fine.
All right. All I just want to end with this is actually, I more than anything, I actually agree with Pounce on anything when it comes to like, yeah, if you can't handle that, it's time for you to get a separate place because at the end of the day, we're like, what happens if your partner has a sleep apnea machine or something like this, where it's kind of like, if you love that person, you find a way to make it work. And I don't know how home dude approached her about it, but like a lot of times when I feel like people step wrong when they're like disgruntled about something. But like if he stepped to her like, hey, can we work through this? I feel like that's more like, doable. But if he was like, this is an issue or problem, you, sir, my good man, you are the asshole.
Probably so.
Yeah.
All right, bro, but let me run this by you real quick before you get up out of here.
Yeah.
It's a little segment I've been running with lately. It's called This or That.
Okay.
Spitfire questions. You're going to tell me which one you're rocking with a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Keep it real simple. Just don't think about it. Just
This or that.
Shoot from the hip. All right.
Got it.
I know you're from the Bay, so we're going to start off with something spicy. The Raiders or the 49ers?
Raiders all day.
All right. The city or the town?
The town.
Town. All right. Because you a DJ, R&B music or rap?
R&B.
Oh,
Country, but okay.
R&B.
I could tell you that.
Dame or GP?
Oh.
Dame.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll go Dame. But you want me to elaborate?
I actually do. I actually do.
You was hesitating a little bit.
I actually do.
Yeah, I mean, I hesitated a little bit because, like, GP, you know what I'm saying? GP played with, like, Kemp. You know what I mean? Dame had Aldridge for a little bit, but I'm Dame biased because I went in a month time span, bro. I watched Dame score courtside, feet on the wood where it's all good.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Yeah. I watched him go for 60 and the next month go for 70. And that was all I needed to see. I mean, part of it is just the experience. Like, and I grew up, like, I played AAU for the GP Glove. So, like, me and GP too, we was AAU teammates in high school. I'm from that way. So, Gary Payton sponsored our AAU team from out there. And, like, obviously GP was a menace defensively, but GP played more mind games. You know what I'm saying? Like, GP could talk shit like nobody's business. Nobody, whether it was on the court or to us or to anybody, like GP, he could, and he backed it up because he was tough. He could defend. He had a little bit of offensive bag, but it's like Dame shooting from the parking lot. He franchise all-time leading scorer. Maybe GP is for the Sonics. I don't know, but like
I'm almost certain he probably
yeah,
got-
maybe Ray
Well,
Allen.
Who the hell else?
Maybe Ray Allen
Allen was
was-
only there 4 years.
I mean,
Or 3.
maybe
Yeah,
maybe
4 years.
maybe he is, but it's like still, if we're talking
Okay.
about that offensive bag, it's not even close,
Mm.
in my opinion. But like I said, when I saw Dame, and the crazy part was for me, like on a purist standpoint, the 60-point game was more impressive than the 70-point game, and the reason why was because the 60-point game was effortless. The 70-point game was like, wow, you really just scored 70, but it took every ounce in your body to not. I mean, you kind of ran out of gas in the end, but the 60-point game was like crazy efficient. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was just from a pure basketball performance, it was crazy. So I'm gonna go Dame. You got another one?
Yeah, I had one more, but Fat Dragon is gonna come and talk his shit real quick.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Gary,
Yeah,
Gary-
All-time
RJ.
leading scorer for the
Oh,
Supersonics.
yep.
It's got 18,207.
There's no way that's all with Seattle.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah, Fred
Oh
Brown.
shit! Oh, it was. Oh shit! See, I knew. I
Damn.
know what the fuck I be talking about. Stop playing with me, nigga. But all right, last one.
Fred Brown. 14,000.
Okay, yeah, so it's not even close.
It's not even close.
But he ain't Dame either offensively.
All
So
right.
I don't even care. I'm going Dame.
Okay.
All right, we got a conversation.
But
with
you
that
keep
for
it,
me.
yeah.
All right, yeah, but it's last one. I'll
good.
probably go Dame too, but it's ways. But last one though. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 scenarios. You could do broadcast, play-by-play broadcast for the NBA Finals, or do the opening DJ mix for Jay-Z's last show at Madison Square Garden.
Who's playing the finals?
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
Damn.
Give me the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Like, that's just flat out, like, even during season, like, DJing takes a back seat to broadcasting for me. That's kind of already how I operate. So right now, my answer is that. That's not to say that can't change depending on how opportunities start
how
to
the
look,
dominoes
you know
start
what I mean?
following,
How
yeah.
but it's like right now, today, it's like I know broadcasting is what
It's your
is
bread
my
and butter.
ultimate dream for
Yeah.
So
sure.
I'm gonna just stand on my brother's shoulders because that was a phenomenal this or that. Man, you get
That was good.
That was
That was good.
phenomenal.
It was one I thought you was gonna ask me, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope he don't ask me." But
the
yeah.
DJ one.
I mean, it was Bay Area related, Bay Area music related.
Okay.
But
So on what he
you
on
want to know what it is?
Yeah.
on what
Say
he
your
on what
part,
he
Will.
just stood on and said, right? Who would be your
Oh
Cole
wait, hold
and-
on, whoa, I'm tweaking. Hold up. Short or 40?
See, I would have.
I blanked that.
No, but you see, you going in the direction, but earlier I let it be known that I'm from Vallejo, so I would have probably went E40 or Mac Dre
Yeah.
okay?
in that regard. But if it's short of 40, I'm going 40 all the way.
Okay.
Now we talking E40 and Mac Dre. I'm going Mac Dre.
Okay.
I'm going Mac Dre.
So
And I love 40. I love 40, but I'm going Mac Dre.
I'm curious, what previously Tay said, if you're doing the NBA Finals, who would be your co-analyst with you? If you could pick anybody,
If I could pick anybody,
Dead or
that
alive.
even in-
Anybody.
they're alive.
Ooh, to call an NBA Finals with me, then they don't even have to be like a broad. Like they can.
Nah, it can
Nope.
be your man's.
I ain't gonna lie, bruh. If I could pick anybody,
Anybody.
dead or alive, it would be Kobe.
Hmm.
To just be able to call and break down a game with Kobe would just be crazy. But if we just going alive, because I want somebody with some personality too.
You know who I would love to see you call a game with?
Who?
And I feel like you're going to make this connection somehow. I can't remember bro's name for life of me. I'm blanking out right now. He always wear the shades on Club 520. Jeff Teague's man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He funny
I don't.
as- he
I've
fu-
only seen like a little bit of Teague's pod.
Boy, you need to tap in that shit.
Yeah,
Funny as hell.
Teague, they go off.
No,
on
I
that.
enjoy the.
I'm more of
the-
a Gills Arena guy though.
Yeah.
No, the
Myself,
clips are
Gilbert,
hilarious.
I got high respect for Gilbert Arenas' basketball mind and I guess even more so POV.
I'm glad you staying solid and not.
I
Folded.
got a lot of respect for his POV more
I'm
than
glad-
I don't agree with everything that he says, but I like Gil's POV, bro.
You know what? I got 10 points of respect for you. I was gonna see if he's gonna fold.
Nah.
I see. If
I'm not saying he would be that dude, but in the podcast space, like
Yeah, damn Neanderthal.
I like Gil.
Keep
on
that
that
same
mic.
fucking energy.
He was a dog as a player, but sometimes he be saying, not even sometimes, a lot of times he be saying a lot of stupid ass shit. But we ain't got to.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything he says, but I think he has a unique point of view, and that like his takes come from an authentic place,
Oh, for sure.
and that's all you could like. You know what I mean? We all think something is off. Like we all got our conspiracies, and we got our.
And I'll say this.
But I think he genuinely believes what he says, and I don't think everybody
all,
Yeah,
does
yeah.
that.
all his takes,
Yeah.
all his takes support his play style. So it all makes
Exactly, and
sense.
that's what I'm saying. Like it,
all
he
makes
don't
sense.
he don't stray away
Hey,
from who
better
he
get
is.
Y'all better get off the glass if you trying to touch this ball.
Yeah, he don't stray away from who he is.
Y'all may disagree with me, but at least when it comes to podcasting, I feel like Gil plays to who he's podcasting with. Where like if he's on Club Shay Shay,
gets it.
he'll get with it. But when he's with these dudes, I'm just like, what?
Bro,
You
if
just-
McKenzie,
what you just say?
McKenzie is on the couch, they upstairs with it.
Yes.
Him? Is that the crowd? Nigga,
Yeah.
we're crowd. Yeah,
McCants is a fool.
Well, you know, I
I like this or that
Words.
though.
Oh my God.
I love this podcast. I rock with y'all, man. I
Tay,
rock with y'all.
Appreciate you.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure, man.
Tay said it best. I was trying to find the right words. Family. It's always good to have you on. It's like
For
having
sure.
it's like having like that dope older family cousin who's like, oh, I've been doing some dope shit. Like you got
Yeah.
the family reunion, about let's run this shit. I'm about to teach some shit right here.
Yeah, man. I try to keep it like that. I just try to like stay tapped in and stay connected on like more of a grassroots level always than anything. Regardless of whatever opportunities I may get, like I don't never want to feel like, oh yeah, I can't come talk unless it's a contractual thing. Until it's unless I just and I'll keep it real with y'all. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I got a crazy bag coming in right now. I just can't do it right now because I got. And you kind of got to respect that, but I
Yeah.
would tell y'all that too.
Yeah.
But it's like,
And we appreciate
if
that.
I ain't
Please
know,
I
do
mean,
that.
I didn't have to go through some public information officers like plenty of times. So yeah,
it's like you
What
know what
it-
I mean.
what-
But
what
it's
it-
like if it ain't that, like I'm never gonna feel like because I'm working for such and such. That man,
What did
I'm
Juicy
rocking with
say
the
to
homies.
Kevin Hart? Help us. Help
I'm
us, nigga. Don't
like,
get
and I know what it's like. Like I'm not that disconnect. Like I said, I'm not that disconnected from the real grind of it. And I think a lot of people got like a real skewed outlook on the grind. Like I understand so many sides to the game because I took the time and did it, got the reps, you know what I mean? And I basically had my mind made up that I'm gonna do it. It don't matter if I'm getting paid or not getting paid. It don't matter if I'm that don't mean to be stupid, but I'm just saying like especially, I talked about it a little bit, touched on it a little bit earlier, but like for me getting laid off, especially at how it happened, when it happened, all of the above was like the best thing that could have happened for my career. Cause like I said, in one aspect, I'm disappointed. And like, it was like, I hit the mountaintop quick. Like you wouldn't see, I was 23, 24 years old doing in a top 25 market, doing 3-hour daytime radio 5 days a week. You never see that. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like and it's 2 weeks after graduating college. Like,
oh shit.
I was like at a high and then I took a dip, like free fall, you know what I'm saying? But it was like at the same time, like I made my mind up early that like, okay, this is one of those things where they could very easily dictate how people move about in this industry. And I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to just move to the beat of my own drum. I'm going to make it shake how I feel like I can make it shake, tap in with who I got to tap into. Like we were saying earlier, you know what I mean? Either a door going to open or the worst thing somebody could say is no. And opportunities presented itself from that. And most people do allow the industry to dictate them rather than them dictate how they going to move throughout the industry, especially for starting off, because everybody wants to have the job and they want to be the perfect candidate or whatever the case may be. But getting laid off that early in the game in my career was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm going to just do me how I want to do me, and we'll see where it takes me. And I'm going to be able to live with the results because I'm going to just keep doing it.
Well, that's a mic drop.
Hello.
If you like what we doing, like, comment, subscribe,
Hit
Pounce.
the Cashapp.
Where can they find you, my man?
You know, I'm social media. You can just type my name in, Devon Pouncey, or my @Pouncation. You know, I'm around. I'm DJing at all the different little spots. You
Come
know,
on.
here and there right now. When season comes around, you'll
Drop
catch
the
me
banner.
back. Catch me back with the remix.
Basically, if you touch some grass, you're gonna see it.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I'm in the streets with it. That's all I know.
Well, this is another lovely installment of the Play No Games podcast. And more importantly, we appreciate you guys so much for all that you do, all the listens, and we out.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.